Where I am now, better than before. Through those open doors, where I am now. Where I am now, I'm in a special place. Until you walk the words, where I am now.
It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Everette, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, where I am now. And if you'd like to see us live in WGPL 1350 studio, WMVA 88.9 FM, all you have to do is go to Everette's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, and guess what? You can see us live right here in the studio. And if you want to hear us all over the globe, all you have to do is go to 1400 AM, 1350 AM, or www.christianbroadcastingcompany.com. Check out the Well Church webcam, and guess what? You can hear us all over the world. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. E. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors, our WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
Peace, 95.3 FM, WMVA 88.9 FM, WPCE 1400 AM.
Facebook Live is on and popping. Let's also welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll shout you out later on in the show.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
You can like it, you can share, you can subscribe. Go over to YouTube right now. Cristo Records One, that's CRISTO Records One. Subscribe to our channel, and we will appreciate you.
That's right. Like and share, and we'll give you a shout out.
Mr. E, is a beautiful, fun Friday.
That's right, Miss Hinton. The day after Thursday. What a beautiful day. Today is a fun Friday on today.
And it's going to be a little warmer today than it was yesterday. Yesterday it was cold.
That's right. And we're supposed to have a little rain also.
Well, that's fine. I don't mind the rain, but here in the Hampton Roads area, they're talking about the mid-60s. I'll take that.
And that's good, because if you got any more decoration that you will put on the outside, now is the day to put your decorations on the outside up.
It's December the 1st.
It's December. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
We are so close. Look, 25 days, Mr. E. You know it's going to be right here, right at the door in a few minutes.
That's right. Christmas is right around the corner. Sleigh bells are ringing. Are you listening? And Silent Night is coming right around. An old Christmas tree. I see so many, Miss Hinton, putting up Christmas tree, putting up so much decoration. I see the people around here in the spirit.
You all have a beautiful tree up, Mr. E. That's pretty.
That's right. It took a whole lot of decoration. So I want to take my hat off. And if y'all want to see a beautiful tree, come by the station.
It's pretty.
Oh, God. It took a long time. No, it didn't take that long, but it's a beautiful. We worked as a team getting that tree up.
Wow. Congratulations. It looks wonderful. You all get ready. And then when you come to the door, you know, you feel like Christmas is really getting here closer and closer. So you all go ahead and do what you have to do. Before you know it's going to be right here The kids are going to be out of school, and
That's
the
right.
malls and everything are going to be loaded. So you all get this stuff done, now.
You better watch out. You better not shout. You better watch out. I'm telling you why.
I know you're not going to say Santa Claus. The kids don't believe in Santa that much. At a certain age they do, but after a while they say, he ain't real.
I'm still a believer. I'm still a belieber. Santa Claus.
And Saint Nick.
I believe because I was getting ready to clean my chimney out so he won't get his red suit dirty.
That's too much. But anyway, we're so glad to be here. Mr. E, this is our Fun Friday segment. What's in your closet? Issues concerning us women.
That's right. Issues concerning women from the nitty to the gritty. All of it about why women are how they are, what they do, and how they think. Because there's a lot of men out there want to know more about them dames.
Well, the man said, if you don't know me by now, you all should know everything there is about a woman at this point.
Not now, because every time you turn around, there's another change, there's another addition, there's another secret to the madness.
My goodness.
Every time you turn around, y'all going into your grab bag, putting something else out. That's why the pocketbook. Have you ever got to the point, Miss Hinton, that when you drop your keys in your pocketbook, you have to stop on the side of the road and dig deep down inside of your pocketbook?
Don't say nothing about a pocketbook. Me and the pocketbook don't have the greatest relationship because they are so deep. You put a key in there, put anything in there, and you're gonna be. I tell you, you just like you digging in a ditch trying to get through the tunnel.
That's what.
Our pocketbooks are the biggest things in the whole wide world.
And that's what a woman is all about. She got more stuff.
She got more stuff locked up, more stuff in the closet, more secrets.
That's right.
Well, we gotta be secretive in some instances.
Yeah.
We've talked about that.
That's right, until you go into that pocketbook.
Well, I tell you what, Mr. E, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to recap some of my favorite.
Okay.
What's in your closet?
Sounds wonderful to me.
All right. So I'm telling you, first of all, I love this segment because we have interviewed so many wonderful ladies, women in business, women in sports. I'm going to tell you one of my favorite ones. When I discovered that there was a professional ladies football team. I never knew it. I couldn't believe it, Mr. E.
That's right, Miss Hinton. We had one of the greatest people around that's sponsoring and being a part of the world's ladies football with the helmet, foot and the shoulder pads and the cleats on team. Yeah.
I tell you what, I mean, these ladies are actually playing professional football. You all need to check them out. We had a wonderful young lady come on, and they were instrumental in the promotion and marketing of the football team. And I just thought it was very wonderful because I had a conversation with the Young Women Achieving Success program, my program, a mentoring program. And one day I asked them, and this was a few years ago, would women play professional football, and would they ever play with men? Would men and women ever play together? Mr. E, what do you think? Would men, I think since we have discovered that there are professional football team, women football teams, I think the next step, Mr. E.
Ms. Hinton, when you look at the women's football team, well, they're trying to get into the NFL.
Okay.
They're trying to get their version into the NFL, but there's only 4 right now teams that are out there. There's 7. There's the Minnesota Vixens, the DC Divas, the Austin Outlaws, the Pittsburgh Passion, the Orlando Archerists, the Cincinnati Sizzlers, and Keystone Assault.
Wow, great names. And they're out there as professional ladies. Mr. E said they have not been inducted into playing highly professional like the men, but they're on their way, and they don't have the money like.
That's right.
But they are trying hard. And the young lady that was on with us, like I said, she's marketing and trying to make that impact. So they'll have the fans, and they'll have the money, and they'll have the sponsors and endorsers, and the women will make the money they need to make.
Ms. Hinton, when it comes to women playing against men, it's already a competition as it is. And And I can imagine some men looking up at a woman on the other side of the field that if that was someone that did them wrong.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And put it on her.
Like
Boom!
Waterboy.
Just like Waterboy, you know. They you know how the Waterboy thought about, you talk about my grandma, and like the donkey came up with the Waterboy, and men gonna look over there and say, you took me down to the child support company. And guess what? Boom, I got to get you.
But you know what else we were thinking about as we talked about this particular segment was the safety for a woman, insurance that a woman needs. And I know this is the first thing men say about, women playing ball, hard ball like that, or the so-called dangerous ball. Say we have too much, to protect. We have too many, things on our bodies that need to be protected. And I was like, now, wait a minute now. You all have things you all need to protect as well. What's the difference?
Ms. Hinton, for over 40 years, women has been playing organized tackle football in the USA for over 40 years. The WFA is the home to many elite athletes, including the national team members, the NCAA, DC1, the WFA National Championship game. So over 40 years, the women has been balling.
I love it. Okay, now let's swing over
Is it safety for the women?
Is it safe? Let me find out about that now, Mr. Because I think if a woman is training, now I'm not saying she won't have the injuries, because you all have more injuries than
football players.
Football players have so many injuries. And so I'm saying, what would be the difference? We would train, we would protect ourselves, but you all are not immune to injuries.
Ms. Hinton, when you started looking at the injuries for women football players, you find that it's phenomenal. Because they're not broadcasting it. They're not saying anything about women being injured.
Okay.
But
injured,
the injury.
So you think because they're not saying it, they're trying to make like it's not.
Well, it's an injury. It's just like them playing soccer. When they out there playing soccer, they go down with fractured chin bones and things of that nature. They go with all of those things.
But you know what, Miss Lee? I just had a thought. What would make it less difficult as far with women playing each other? It's weight against weight. It's a woman is a certain weight. She's going to be playing within a certain weight. So that means this is what I'm saying. I'm saying if it's two women and both of them are 190 pounds or 150, that's just that's fine.
But it don't work like that.
But say it would be a difference with a man playing with men. Okay, I'm 100. Say if I'm 185, 190 pounds, and you got a man playing, he's about 225. That force against force is a whole different thing. I think women playing against women, I think it's balanced.
Miss Hinton,
they can do professional.
They don't in football. They're not going by the weight size.
I understand that.
So since they're not going by weight size, you get a big old 250-pound woman hitting a 110-pound woman.
I don't think it would be like that.
All right, but then you talking about the force of a man.
I'm saying, put aside, men or women playing men. But women playing women, I think it's going to be, that same body type. They're going to be training and everything. And I think they're going to be able to take, my thing is they're going to be able to take the force because, they've trained and they kind of like compatible.
Now, Miss Hinton, would you see yourself playing football?
Yeah.
All right, let's get down on the gridiron. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, in the studio of WGPL 1350, Peace 95.3 WMVA. Miss Hinton is on the 50-yard line, 20-yard line, getting ready to run a touchdown. Go ahead, Miss Hinton. I'm on the defense. Let's get it. Let's get it. I
don't want to be busted up. I just can't see myself, look. With a bad, what do you all? Let's name some of the injuries. The
shin bone,
all those
hips out.
You all have some terrible injuries.
Ribs go.
Ooh.
And Headbang.
But what I'm saying is there are some women designed and they
Ain't no
ready.
woman been designed to play no football.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to have to open the phone line.
We can do that. We can do that.
Look, we got sweetheart Shannon, Blanco. Shannon, what you think about it? You think women can play? Think women should play any sport they want to? Mr. Phil Brown, what you think? You thinking like Mr. E that we shouldn't even be out there on the field? Ernest Sutton, how are you doing? And all you all that are in the chat, make sure you put something in there so we can shout you out. So, Mr. E, but let's swing over to basketball.
Okay.
Because we had a story. We were following the women's NBA, which I think that's a good. Those ladies.
That's right.
Oh my God! But Mr. E, we had a young lady that was over in Russia, Miss Griner.
Right. That's right.
Over in Russia, playing ball, and what happened?
Well, she went over to Russia playing ball, and she's messing with them drugs, allegedly. Let me say that allegedly. And they found some contraband, let's put it that way, in her suitcase, and then they locked her up. And because she was she was allegedly on drugs.
We not. This the issue. I'm gonna say they just found some stuff, But that story was very interesting to me because wherein it looked like she was gonna be there for most of her life. Woo! She got a breakthrough, and the president Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris fought for her, and they got her back over here.
That's right. And that's what it's all about. The home ladies coming back from playing overseas basketball. Men go over there too. The ladies playing overseas basketball and football, and but you just got to be, when you go overseas, you just got to be very, very careful.
That was really close. That was one of the shows that stood out. Just watching, the things happen. They arrested Miss Griner, and it was terrible. It was really terrible.
Miss Griner is back on the field.
What's going on with her now?
I haven't been keeping up with women basketball. Not yet. I'm just getting over. I'm almost over with one of the greatest teams. One of the greatest sports, and I didn't want to go that way. So.
Oh Lord, don't you even try sports talk right now? But we are going to congratulate your team later on. But
that's the cowboy howl,
Yeah. So anyway, sports really stand out for me, Mr. E, and what's in your closet. Also, we do our holiday time of giving on our Fun Fridays. I love that. We really take the time to say thank you to our listeners and viewers. And, we have a lot of ladies that listen to us. So it's a beautiful time of giving for the ladies and everything, our supporters. I love that. The safety tips on our What's in Your Closet Fun Friday segment. We come with our safety tips. And there's one also that stands out to me, and it's serving that tea.
Miss Hinton, the tea that is about to be served.
Who's serving some tea?
That's in the entertainment center.
We're not going to serve that yet.
From T.I. From T.I. to Diddy.
Oh my goodness. We're going to serve that tea later. In the meantime, there are a lot of shows that stand out. Serving that tea, I love that on What's in Your Closet and everything. Also, I love, things, like I said, women in business, women in politics. We've covered African-American women in politics. We've done women in history. I love those segments.
That's right.
Women in history, women internationally in history. That's another one. They're two different segments. And I just love highlighting women, period.
Miss Hinton, when we did women inventions, inventions of a woman, it really blessed me, because there are so many people that's walking around with older people that's walking around with a pacemaker. One of the greatest ladies in the whole wide world invented the pacemaker, and that really let me know that we got some great ladies.
Yes.
Great ladies who are great inventors, and not just in the kitchen. Not just in the kitchen cooking fried chicken and but they,
You said not just in the kitchen.
no, yeah, but you got to remember there's some great women that are really doing great things.
Absolutely.
For you look at Mahalia Jackson, you look at Obama's wife, how she is doing a lot of things for our community. You look at Whoopi Goldberg, who stands up, and you look at a host of others.
We have a vice president.
Look at Miss
Kamala Harris. Yes.
You look at Miss Harris.
She's not an inventor, but these are great women that have made history and things like that.
Look at so many CEOs of businesses.
Yes.
Look at so many women that are CEOs that's not like a proud peacock strutting and putting themselves above their family, their mate. They bring them all along when they go up.
Now, we've covered entertainers. Tina Turner, we did a tribute to her.
Yeah.
I love that segment as well. And so we have really, really taken the time to highlight women and what they've done and what they've gone through. Also with the abortion issue and things like that. That is something that is still going on. And we are really, really, bringing information about that and, looking at both sides. There are some that believe in abortion. There are some that don't believe in abortion. But the fight goes on. It continues. And so we'll continue to talk about it and make sure, we talk to different women about what they think and how they feel about it and what ways we can do to come together to bridge the gap, because it is a terrible fight. And in the past, Mr. E, the fight of abortion was a terrible animal. And so now, even though it seems less violent, it's still a very strong topic of conversation. And it's very, people are very emotional and they really, have a side and they stand on their sides no matter what.
That's right. That's right, Ms. Hinton. When we look at the women, we still need to know. A lot of men also need to know the mechanics of a woman. What makes that lady tick? What makes her think the way? Because sometimes ladies can be very vindictive. They got a good side and a rough side.
Before we do that one, let me go on to that because I wanted to make a statement about what you just said in a minute. But our fathers and daughters, why girls love their daddies. I love that segment.
Yeah,
that was a sweet segment and everything. And so, I appreciate that relationship. Sometimes it's good. And sometimes, because we had a young man to come on and talk about his daughters and things like that. And sometimes it plays out very well, but then there are issues sometimes in that relationship. But mostly women love their dads. And I really wanted to really highlight that particular topic. So listen, Mr. E.
Just before we go to that, Ms. Hinton, we also talked about Mother's Day. Why the stores are so packed when it comes to Mother's Day.
And that's the truth.
Why the stores running over?
Because we're loved and beloved.
Restaurants are running over and you can't go home without something in your hand when it comes to Mother's Day.
We love our mommies. And mothers are precious. Mothers are precious. I mean, the boys love mommy. They really love mommy.
That's right.
Girls love mommy. Women are just precious as mothers, and it's just wonderful to be able to highlight that. But I wanted to get on something a little more controversial, and that is Mr. E. His perspective, his perspective on this segment. Now, Mr. E. has been in my ear talking about. He feels as though the segment should go a little deeper and a little more controversial.
That's right.
But I think it has. But Mr. E said when we are talking about what's under the hat with men, we talk about all kind of stuff.
That's right.
But when it comes to women, Mr. E feels like the segment has been sugar-coated.
That's right. I believe that the segment has been sugar-coated because men need to know why you do this and why you do that and why this happened and why you flipping out, why you turned a ear to us, and why you misread us, and why you taking take them children and fill their heads full of snakes and snails and say your daddy ain't but a puppet dog tail. Why they do that?
Well, Mr.
Why
E,
they turn their children against them, and why you take that man who's not a deadbeat dad, and you know that he's a great man, you gonna take him down, and you gonna put it scandalize his name, and now he lost his job.
well, Mr. E, I think because the segment comes on Fun Friday,
So
you know,
we
we
gotta
go
change the name.
deep, but we don't go that deep because that's the name of the segment. Now we can lift that a little bit if you want to, and we can, you know, go and get some of these controversial things that's going on in the lives of women. I don't think women mind, but let me tell you something I have noticed, Mr. E, that when we do something that is a little deep, our women kind of like back off. They don't respond. You don't see them in the chat saying too much. So it may be a thing where, you know, maybe we want to talk about men, but we don't want to talk about ourselves.
That's right. And that's the whole thing in a nutshell. You want to know the nuts and bolts about a man. You want to know why he shuts down and why he acts the way he acts and why he can't, you know, when he trying to talk, you know, understand. So now men want to know why y'all got that nag, that nag.
Do women nag? Do women nag? Now that is a topic we're gonna definitely visit. We also on Fun Friday, Mr. E, we did talk about a woman's attitude. Well, we did get into attitude about some things, and so we'll continue that topic. But right now, we're gonna do a giveaway. We're gonna lighten the load. See, we also have our giveaways, and look, we tried to give away on on Wednesday with the guys. We haven't had a winner on Wednesday. So, Mr. E, what you want to do? You want to give out a gift card for a young lady?
That's right. Do we gonna put an age on? And if she can answer this question, we got 4 minutes. We call her number 2-757-624-9475. That's the telephone number. And answer the question: do women nag?
How about the women? Either you can answer the question: do women nag or do women hold grudges?
That's right. 757-624-9475. Do you forgive and forget? 757-624-9475. Remember, if you had already won, give somebody else an opportunity to win. The phone lines are available. Pick up the telephone now and call us 757-624-9475. Do women forgive or forget? Do
they hold grudges or do they
hold grudges?
And we have a $25 gift certificate for those that will participate. So come on and call in. What's the number again?
757-624-9475. We got a caller. Good morning.
Number one.
You caller number one. 757-624-9475. Good morning. You caller number two. Do women forgive and forget? Hello?
No, they don't.
They don't?
Ooh, tell me why.
All depends on the situation. It all depends.
Okay, but
you do supposed to forgive and forget.
Yes.
But you think we hold grudges?
Sometimes we don't.
Ooh.
Here's one other question. Do y'all nag?
We forget. We forgive, but we don't forget.
Do y'all nag?
No.
Let me get some information.
Look, congratulations, Mr. E's gonna get your information. And wow, do women, and we did that segment. Do you hold grudges? You know we hold grudges, but we are forgiving. We can forgive. Do we hold grudges? I think women have a habit of holding grudges. And I tell you what, you hear it when it's say, you know,
what's your telephone number?
In a little dispute or whatever, you'll find out how much grudge she holds when she starts spewing out some of the things that you've done to her, or you know, you didn't think she remembered what you've done to her. You'll hear it all. Okay. A woman definitely is someone that will hold stuff your treasures inside and use it as a weapon. I'm sorry, y'all. It's the truth. Use it as a weapon when the time comes, especially when it comes to a woman and man in a woman and man relationship, Mr. E. Usually, a woman will learn all the secrets of a man, and then, hey, if she has to use those secrets against him during a fight or whatever, she's going to do it. The woman, she is vindictive. She has a habit of holding, secrets, and then, hey, when she want to use them as a weapon, she going to do it. Y'all know I'm telling the truth.
I want to say congratulations to Miss Cheryl Parson for winning those women and being honest. She was honest. And if a woman would be honest, would be a
we're gonna go deeper, but thank you all for joining us today. Thank you for your support. Just stay with us for a few minutes after the show, and we're gonna give you some updates. Be blessed. Have a wonderful weekend.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Everette, the co-host. Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 on WGPL 1350, WPCE 1400 Peace 95.3, and WMVA 88.9, and on all social media platforms. And if you'd like to be a special guest or sponsor, all you got to do is give us a call at 757-714-7861. Don't forget to have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. Bye now.
All right. Do women hold grudges? That was one of our shows. Yes, they do. We hold grudges, but we are forgiving as well. It takes a lot. It really takes a lot, Mr. E, for us to
forgive.
No. To forgive. No. It takes a lot to really break us down. I'm saying because the reason why I say she's forgiven, because she will go the mile and the extra mile and the extra mile with folk. And then she may get to a breaking point, but she may hold grudges, but she is also forgiving. Women really forgive. And in relationships, they do a lot of forgiving, and they just take a lot. And so, I'm not saying holding a grudge is a good thing, but I'm just saying sometimes those grudges are really, little things that she holds to herself, and she has to kind of have things that's going to help her in the battle.
Miss Hinton, when you started looking at those women forgive, now some women take it to the grave with them. Ooh. Now, do you feel as if somebody did you wrong, if they went to God and asked God to forgive them for what they've done, and they asked you to forgive them for what they've done, why can't you forget it? You expect men to forget and to forgive. Why can't you forgive and forget it?
I think, Mr. E, if there's no resolve, I think it's always going to be in your mind. If you can get resolved with, going to battle with someone, or, you all are not in agreement and they've done something against you. If it's no resolve, that person going to hold it. Yeah, they're going to keep holding that grudge, because it's like, wait a minute, every time I see you or hear that name, I think of what you've done, and you never made it right. So,
But if that can go tit for tat. That can go, a man can feel the same way.
Absolutely.
A man can feel that, hey, you did me, you said this, you made me
absolutely
feel certain kind of way, and you thought that I was trying to, but but you never came to me and say, I'm sorry. You never.
Absolutely.
And see, sometimes people fail to realize, whether it be male or female, of what happens over the years. And sometimes women or men are keeping that same little thing that triggers, that hurts them in the back of the corner of their head. So every time it flares up, they cause themselves to get be on the uneasy side, on the edge. But men does the same thing. You could have been the type of person that said something, did something to a man, and you expect that your reason for you doing this is okay. You know, because sometimes women have that slip of the lip, and
What's a slip of the lip?
when they say stuff, it's supposed to be the Bible. It's supposed to be done deal. And sometimes men want to talk about it, and they don't want to hear no more about it. They done with it, and so now men must walk away with, you know, something over their head and say, well, we did not resolve that. And then it flares up again, or something happened in that vein, or they hear you in a conversation, or you be in a conversation and saying the opposite of what you did, but they fail to realize that we just had that problem ourselves. So I think that both sides of the fence should check themselves.
Well, I think with anybody, whether it's male or female, in the situation, like I said, when there is no resolve. But then again, you know, when people are in relationship and you get together, you fall in love. When you have been offended, it's the thing in your mind is like, why would you do that? Why would you do that to me? Why would you treat me that way? Why would you even hurt me? So those things people have to get over. You know, it's like, now, why would you even say that to me? Or why would you do something against me? And why would you betray me? It's a thing of why that keeps turning in your head. And you think of love, and then you think of that. You say, wait a minute, that ain't. And so, you know, it gets to become like a wound, and you know, there's something that really doesn't heal, because first of all, you can't get over the fact that they have done you wrong. And so, you know, forgiveness is key. But sometimes a person just saying, you know what, I did you wrong, I'm sorry. You know what, that won't right. But guess what? A lot of people do in relationships. They do things against you and offend you, and guess what? Act like they didn't never do not one thing. That is one of the biggest problems. So
and that's true. They act like they never done anything wrong, and that's what I was saying. They act like they can do whatever they want to do. It's the Bible. But when you have some questions that you want to sit down and talk about, not argue about, not, you know, get in there, you know, because anytime you dialogue, you don't want no you don't want no facial expressions. You really want to sit down and you want to have an honest, with no expression, no hump, no this, no, you know, none of that. And you don't understand, no raising of the voice, just a communication.
Yes.
So that we can get past this. You know, if you plan to spend life with somebody, then you got to be able to get past some of them hurdles, some of them hurts, and some of those pains.
You know, we have a guest, and he comes on our What's Under the Hat segment, and he talks about conflict resolution.
That's right.
And the thing about it, people don't know how to fight. People don't know how to resolve. People don't know how to, you know, solve problems that they have. And like you were saying, the grudge and the bitterness goes on and on because they never know how to stop it. They never take time to listen, and they never take time to just, you know, to understand that other person. So, you know, we can, Mr. E, go deeper into those conversations on Friday about our ladies. But one of the best times, I think, and I want you all to join us on Mondays at 6 p.m. We can really, really talk. We can have panels. We can have, as a matter of fact, we're supposed to have our men and women together to talk about controversial things and relationships. So we want you all to join us on our Mondays at 6 p.m. for FYI After Dark. We can go a little bit deeper and find out, you know, where we all stand with one another.
That's right. And that's what it's all about, communications, and we can dialogue about it. Any questions that you want to ask, I'll answer. We got both parties there, male and female, that can help.
I tell you what, look, one of my favorite segments is Serving That Tea.
I want a little sweet and honey to go with mine.
Oh, Mr. E, you know, there's some stuff. Sometimes, you know, we're distracted by so many different stories, but sometimes they come so powerful.
Yeah.
We got this thing of course, everybody's talking about P. Diddy and some of the stuff that went on with him, how he had to pay this young lady millions of dollars. But that's not the most of the controversy. The controversy is that it's alleged that he's been beating the crap. He's been doing a number on this woman, trafficking her allegedly, doing all kind of things they say to this woman, and had to pay her millions of dollars to keep the story from going into the courts.
You know, Miss Hinton, when we look at that story, when we look at P. Diddy, we look at all these folks who are in the game, they call it, and we find out that, you know, how they really are, how they've been acting, and how they've been carrying themselves. And you would be surprised. And you say this, no, I don't believe.
And see, that's it. People sometimes are surprised by what they hear from celebrities. You know, people put them up so high, they lift them up like they're almost gods, and then all of a sudden, boom.
That's right.
You know, but Mr. E, along with that, we have that T, that's that law that was just in existence. I sent you that information about so many men have been charged before this law came, or they took away this law that they had. The lady that sued Trump, she was able to sue him after so many years, and they had it where women were able to sue their perpetrators or whoever abusers. But then the law is going away. But Mr. E, you got any tea on that?
Thousands of sexual abuse lawsuits revealed under the Adult Abuse Survivor Act.
Adult Abuse Survivor Act.
Adult Abuse Survival Act.
Wow.
TSR. The past week has been a momentum in one in New York that the dwindling of the Adult Survival Act prompted thousands to come forward with abuse allegations. The law created 1 year window for survivors who were 18 and older at the time of the offense to file a lawsuit against the alleged abuser, regardless of the stats of limitation. What results was over 3,000 suits.
Wow.
Filed, and some prominent figures in the Hollywood names as defense.
Let me say this, Mr. E, and I know some people, you know, it's alleged, but then some people are found guilty. You know, you all just think, you can't think you're going to get away with all this stuff. You know, look at R. Kelly. You know, R. Kelly sitting up there abusing women at time after time. And men, it wasn't just women, they said. He was found guilty of abusing, you know, people.
Yeah.
And it's like, you all this money and all this fame, you don't have nothing else to do but to do all this kind of stuff. So the story goes in the news, and this is allegedly, that there's a third woman that is coming out after Diddy about the same thing. And I'm like, whoo. Talking about big stories and talking about men jumping under the bed shaking. Because guess what? You know, Mr. E, a few years ago when they started the women movement, what is the name of that women's thing?
M2.
The
M2
one
movement.
where the women, what's the name of it, you all in the chat, where women were like, look, we coming after you. It was women now, you know, speaking out and things like that. You know.
You know, Ms. Hinton, when we started talking about that, these lawsuits, these allegations, these things that come into the forefront, you know, when it happens, some of this, they're not the first. That's not the first time that happened to somebody. You know, when we begin to look at Bill Cosby, that's not the first time he went down to the Playboy Mansion. He'd been going down to the Playboy Mansion for a long time. That's not the first time Donald Trump had groped a woman. You know, he'd been groping women for the longest time. Now somebody just got tired of, or their money got funny, their change got strange, and now they want to bring it to the forefront. See, sometimes folk allegedly has promised folk that this is what we're going to do to keep your mouth closed. And when you stop keeping up the end of your bargain, guess what? That causes that mouth to come open, and folks gonna bring old cases. Look at this act, the this new act they got coming out. This act that they saying is taking folks who have been involved in years of abuse.
Of cutting up.
You know, when folks has cut up for the longest time, it's entered thousands of sexual abuse lawsuits.
But I tell you what, we don't have time to go over all of that, but I'm telling you, we had to serve that tea because that story was woo. Along with T.I. and his son, Lord, that's everywhere.
That's another Kurt Franklin.
I didn't say it, Lord. But anyway, Lord.
That's another Kurt Franklin.
We want to thank you all for coming on with us and supporting us, all on Sheila and Robbins and Ernest Sutton, Shannon Blanco, Phil Brown, everybody that's on. Thank you for joining us. And we're gonna we want you to join us on Monday for Sports Talk and FYI After Dark. Also, we want you to follow us on social media, like our pages, and subscribe. Don't forget the Royal Ladies Pie. Oh, the girl is in the kitchen just cooking up some great menus. Don't forget that. Go to Bulwick Academy for our anti-bullying games and books and things like that. BULBIC for the books, music, and the game app. Also, Crystal Community Development Corporation, Young Women Achieving Success Mentoring Program. You all can inbox me for any of this information. But you can also be a special guest, intern, or sponsor with FY Radio Show. Miss D's gonna give you the tea.
And you can be a special guest sponsor of the most talked about radio show. All you have to do is give us a call at 757-714-7861 or inbox us at Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda Lady Hinton Facebook page, or FYI Facebook page, or FYI Live Radio Show at gmail.com. FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com. That's FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com.
Well, I tell you what, thank you all for tuning in. We will talk with you all soon. God bless you all. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being with us for these 8 years. And we will see you all on Monday. Have a wonderful weekend.
Now it's time to say goodbye to all our company. FYI. See you real soon.
Radio show.
Where we bring you nothing but the very best. FYI Radio Show. Two up, two down. Have a great weekend.